According to the population census performed in Liberia in 2008, people with disabilities represent 14% of the country's total population. They're often marginalized and discriminated against, making it hard to access the education system, the job market, and health services. AIFO is an international organization specialized in the areas of health and disability. Since 1997, AIFO has been in Liberia promoting community-based rehabilitation support for people with disabilities. In May 2018, AIFO started the project Disability and Startup Civil Society as protagonists of inclusive development, with funding from the Italian Agency for Development Cooperation. The project was implemented in Montserrado, Bang, Nimba, and Grand Jide counties and has made tremendous impact in the lives of persons with disabilities. Luther Manden is a Program and Communication Support Officer at AIFO Liberia. He works to promote AIFO program impact and its visibility.
AIFO is an Italian-based organization that is headquartered in Italy. In Liberia, it was established as far back as 1997, working along with a local partner, and then during the Civil War, providing relief items to people living with disabilities. The project is intended to promote civil society organizations, in particular disabled people organizations, to ensure that their voices are heard in the society. And through that, we provide a series of interventions. One of those is related to macro income generation. So we created startups, and then we also look at the issue of awareness. And in the awareness program, we train persons with disabilities to raise their own voices, to speak for themselves. So currently we have a partnership with 11 community radio stations in Bong, Nimba, Grand Jide, and Montserrado counties, utilizing persons with disabilities to use the radio station as a means through which their messages can be heard. Negative perception against people with disabilities is gradually being dispelled, and people with disabilities are more bold in terms of engaging local and national authorities on their own issues.
Jonathan S. David is the Field Regional Coordinator for AIFO Liberia. He oversees AIFO Liberia operations in Grand Jide, Bang, and Nimba counties.
The overall objective of the project is to reinforce the role of disabled people organization in Liberia. Disabled people themselves are not being, knowing their own rights. And even when it comes to economic empowerment, they are not being actually knowing whether they themselves can employ themselves. So DASU have built their capacity, how to lobby it, how to build, make their own business. Because of building their capacity and knowing their importance now in the community by local authority, they are being included into community meeting, community awareness, even airing their own voices on the air, and local authority can even invite them to sit down along with them to discuss on the round table, and even when it comes to county development fund, they are being included.
In Bong County, this collective of disabled people were beneficiaries of the DASU project. They are now operating a tailor shop and providing services to the community. Moses Tupa is the coordinator of G77 and head of the NAPWI Business Center in Bong County, a tailor shop brand operated by persons living with disability.
Well, we received 5,480 United States dollars from AIFO, and there where we started. You see the machines in the shop. There where we took some of that money, went to Monrovia to buy our machines so that we can start the business, and we also buy some labels, cloth in the process so that we can start doing something. This business has been able to help them get busy, for one fact, doing something to help themselves. Where you can find them on the streets begging, as it used to happen. But they are always here busy. What we do here, we sow and sell the proceeds. From that, we are able to compensate, at the end of the month, like some people carry, something home at least to buy their soap. Also, it keeps us together, because many times when you are not doing anything, or something to help yourself, you can't be together. Some people go other ways seeking for help, but this business has really united us to come together every day here. At least we spend a day here, busy doing something. And the community people have been corresponding with us, in a cordial relationship, because they come and buy for us, they bring clothes for us to sew. As you can see, these are clothes that community people bring for us to sew for them. So the business with us, even we have a president will have a school contract. As you can see the uniform, we are undertaking a uniform project for one school back here. So those are the way that they interact with us in the business, try to promote the people living with disabilities in the community.
Abigail Gongano is a toiletries entrepreneur in Ganta, Nimba County. Her institution was supported by the DASU project, and now it operates by providing toiletry products to the people of Nimba and 3 other counties.
When Jonathan and one body calling Stephen Besse came in our community, they told us that certain NGO coming by the name of AIFO Liberia, and they were only work with serious group. So we should organize ourselves and be doing 1 or 2 things. When they come and see us, how serious will be, then they will work with us. I started making our garden, playing corn, cassava, beans. And when AIFO came around, they saw us. They saw that we were serious and strong in a group. So they decided to work with us. Before they gave us grant, we started making soap production, fixing our soap, selling it among the members. After our production, we can divide it. Then members carry it and sell and bring the money back. After some time again, they came, they asked us about what really we want to do. And we told them that we want to involve ourselves in training. AIFO Liberia came, they sent us for tie and dye training. After the training, we started dyeing and selling. As I'm speaking, this business we are extended in Bon County, we in Nimba County, District 4, and also in some villages around here. And also we can go in the nearby town to go train people. Recently we went to Secretary to go train some disabled people. The same thing that we're doing now, that we are not going on the street to go bare. We want for our friends then to be doing it already. We want to reach to our brothers and sisters that living with disability too, so that they can be like us. Because as I'm speaking, I'm proud of myself now. Because I can tell my children, say I'm going to work. And from here, at the end of the month, what I now used to do before, I can do it.
Felix TSGA is a member of the Grangita County Disabled Association. He is also a member of the Emancipatory Disability Research and a radio presenter on the We Are One radio program in Grangita County. As part of the project, disabled people were incentivized to operate their own radio shows in order to combat negative stereotypes and advancing the plight of disabled people.
On the radio program, we invite key stakeholders to discuss issues with them affecting the disability community in Grangita County and Liberia alike. The radio program play a pivotal role when it comes to DASU activities in Grangita County. Yeah, it helps to change the people's attitude. Because could you imagine we are operating on 3 radio stations in Zouadou, and these 3 radio stations cover the entire county. And the way we present our program, it draws people's attention. So whenever the radio program is on, people keep glued to your radio. Because it helps educate them about disability issues, meaning the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability. Meaning we cite article of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability. We also talk about economic empowerment. We also talk about gender empowerment. We also talk about safety and movement of persons with disability.
Dixon Lieba is coordinator of the Grangita County Freedom of Information Network, a non-profit advancing the freedom of information law in Liberia.
Prior to the inception of the AIFO project, the person living with disability, they were not institutionalized in the county where local government, including other stakeholders, need their input to major decision making in the county. But now they are listened to. We have the CAB people listen to them. We have the NUO, and they are all, in fact, it was because of the advocacy by the person living with disability in the country, supported by AIFO, that calls today NUO is a member of the CSO SGBV Secretariat. NUO was elected to that position, and NUO is represented by the female there. So people with disability, they have representation on different groupings in the country, so they have a voice. Besides that, few of them who were successful in the startup business, we have seen that their startup have changed.
William R. Dennis is CEO of the Business Startup Center in Monrovia, a service firm providing business development services to entrepreneurs and SMEs to help strengthen the internal system.
Our involvement with the DASU project, basically, we applied to provide some BDS services to PWDs, that's people living with disability. And our role particularly was to design a curriculum in partnership with the Department of Economics at the University of Florence to design a curriculum that we'll use to provide business skills and financial management training. And after that, we provided training to selected members of PWDs from different DPOs, disabled people organizations, to train them so that they will provide training to the larger membership of the organization. And that happened over a year plus now. And what happened was that we went into the field with the PWDs that were trained to kind of support them during the training of the larger membership organization. We did that in Nimba, Bon, and Montserrat counties. So the process was, after we trained them, they will now develop or write the business plan, because the project was looking to fund businesses that will come out of the trainings. We had about 36 from across the 3 counties, 36 applications exactly. Some of them were not individual, some of them were a group. So we received an application from one group where about 15 to 20 members, all people living with disability. And so out of the 36, and after our evaluation, we identified about 15 good ideas, all right, that, we say we can support through the DASU project. DASU set up this fund that DSC and AIFO managed, where we gave grants. Grants was about up to $1,000. And then, we provided some loans with no interest rate. So the loans were depending on what business you're doing and how much money you're looking for. So our role as BDS was to follow up with them to do some monitoring and evaluation, but particularly provide business services for them to access market, to do some customers database and to sell the products. And so we designed a program that every quarter we'll go into the field and monitor the businesses. On top of that, we'll do like a regular weekly course to just talk about how they're doing.
Naomi B. Harris is president of the National Union of Disabled in Liberia, a civil society institution that speaks for the rights of persons with disability.
AIFO programs in Liberia are good. They are working at the community level, making sure that the lives of persons with disability is improved. They want to see that the lives of persons with disability goes from where it is to a higher level. So the programs are all in line with what we see in the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability. That is our key instrument that we have now. Since AIFO came in, they also have been doing very well, educating our people, training them. Some of them are into different categories of what they feel is important to their life and will change their life. Most especially, perception has been changed. So the programs of AIFO is really doing well, changing the lives of our people. DASU project has made the disabled community in the counties higher. People are now beginning to understand that being a disabled person is not liability to the society.
People are beginning to understand that you can trust a disabled person. People are beginning to understand that a disabled person can do something once that person is being trained, educated, and given the opportunity.